Tuesday, August 15th, 2023, meeting of the Carleton School District Board of Directors is called to order. For the pledge tonight, we have a special guest. Mr. Alexander, would you mind leading us in the pledge tonight?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Don. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Director Honchar?
Here.
Director Frank?
He's not able to be here tonight.
Director Apple?
Here.
Director O'Brien? Here. Director Puskar?
She's not able to be here tonight.
Director Simsek? Here. Director Vogliano? Here. Director Zalewski? Here. Director Schreiber?
Here. At the beginning of each meeting, we have a moment where the public can ask questions about agenda items. So does anybody in the audience tonight have agenda item questions for us? If not, there's a time at the end where you can ask general questions about anything. Moving on, I'll entertain a motion to approve minutes from previous meetings. So under section 2, I have a motion for approving the committee meeting minutes from July 11th, 2023.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. A second motion then, I'm sorry, for voting meeting minutes of July 11th, 2023. Do I have a motion for that item?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded, thank you. Any questions or comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. I will report that we had an executive session prior to this meeting where we discussed personnel matters. I now turn to Dr. Crater for the superintendent report.
Thank you, Director Shriver. In the superintendent's report, we have two areas of recognition and then just some district updates. First, it is with great pleasure that the Carleton School District congratulate Don Alexander on being honored with the prestigious 2023 AFT Pennsylvania Education Champion Award in the Community of the Outreach category. This award serves as a fitting recognition of Mr. Alexander's unwavering commitment to not only our district, but the community at large. His volunteerism and community outreach efforts have transcended the boundaries of professional activities, touching the lives of countless individuals in our community. Mr. Alexander's passion for addressing the pressing issues that impact our students and their families is an inspiration to all of us. His work in combating food insecurity, providing support to our homeless population, and promoting mental health awareness has made a tangible difference in the lives of many. But it doesn't end there. Don's commitment to recognizing the positive attributes of all members of our district and working towards creating a safe and nurturing learning environment aligns perfectly with the values of the Carleton School District. His dedication to these principles has helped shape a community where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. As a superintendent of the Carleton School District, I have witnessed firsthand the positive impact that Mr. Alexander's efforts have had on our community, specifically in his leadership in organizing and implementing the Free Store 15106, and also with his work in bringing the Chill Project to Carleton. His work has inspired others to join in his efforts, fostering a sense of unity and compassion that resonates within our district's mission. At Carleton, we believe that education is not confined to the classroom, but extends to every facet of life. Don Alexander embodies this belief tirelessly, working to ensure to our community and it thrives in all areas. To Mr. Alexander, on behalf of the Carleton School District, we extend our sincere congratulations for this recognition. We look forward to continuing the support of all your efforts and your endeavors that have a strong impact on our community. So, Don, well-deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
And so, Don, I know you were nominated by Carrie, correct? Any comments or anything to share with us here this evening about the recognition process, your involvement there at the convention and so on, and experience?
So I nominated Don probably in the fall, I guess it would have been last fall. And any local can nominate any member from the state of Pennsylvania for who's in AFT. And there were, as you saw, categories, and I nominated him in the community based on all the work that he does. And we were notified in
Probably May.
May, I think it was, right around towards the end of the school year, that he had, first I was told he was a finalist, and then we were told that he had won the award. So we went to the state convention in Philadelphia, was held at the waterfront, and they had a gala on Saturday evening, where they presented these awards to the different categories that won. So it was a very nice presentation, and it was a nice evening. We got to hear a lot of great speakers from across the state as well.
So Don, if you could, please come up and shake hands with us and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Brad, I appreciate it. Sam, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Dr. Thank you.
And as our second area of recognition tonight, it's my privilege to honor a group of individuals who have devoted themselves to success, growth, and the betterment of the Carleton School District. Our esteemed school board members, whose collective wisdom and vision have guided us through 8 remarkable years of transformation, progress, and achievement. George Honchar, Leanne O'Brien, Kelly Zaletsky, Joe Apple, and Jim Schreiber have all served on the Carleton Board of Directors for 8 years. This time span has encompassed countless decisions, endless hours of dedication, and strong commitment to our mission. A mission to provide a challenging educational environment for all students within a safe, nurturing environment, and to prepare students for success in a changing global society. As a superintendent of schools, I've had the privilege of working closely with these incredible individuals. I've witnessed their passion for education, their deep understanding of our community's needs, and their determination to make a positive impact on the lives of our students and our staff. Together, we have faced challenges and we celebrated successes. We've navigated complex issues, always guided by the best interest of students and our community. The decisions made by our board members have laid the foundation for excellence and continues to shape the future of education in the Carleton School District. 8 years of service on the school board is no small feat. It demands time, energy, courage, and resilience. It requires an inherent desire for educational excellence and a mind sharply focused on innovation and growth. To our board members, I extend our sincere thank you. Thank you for your dedication, your leadership, and your steadfast belief in the potential of every student within our district. You have not only served our schools, but have become an integral part of our educational family. On behalf of the entire Carleton School District, we thank you all for your 8 years of service. And this recognition comes from PSBA, who has also given us certificates of achievement in that area for surviving 8 years on the school board in the Carleton School District. So, George, I have a certificate for you.
Thank you. Thank
And also, just to conclude the superintendent's report on tonight's agenda, I'm requesting the support of the board to pass a motion that alters the 2023-2024 school calendar to include 4 2-hour delay schedules district-wide to allow faculty time to review and examine student performance data. As part of our initiative this school year to cultivate connections to inspire achievement, this time will allow our faculty to review local and state performance data for each and every one of our students to assist in the delivery of personalized instruction for students on their caseload. Not only will our faculty examine data related to the essential and basic skills, but will also have the opportunity to examine student performance on constructive response and text-based analysis questions that require students to more deeply and thoughtfully demonstrate their mastery of skills in open-ended and application of knowledge problems and questions. I propose the following dates to operate on a 2-hour delay schedule: September 29th, October 27th, January 19th, and February 16th. These dates are positioned in the school year to provide ample time for faculty to collect localized assessment data, prepare for parent conferences, reflect upon semester performance, provide time to personalize instruction needs of our students, and to prepare for success on PSSA and Keystone exams. Also, the district invites and encourages all parents to attend our annual Meet the Teacher Night at each of our buildings this week. Tomorrow night, junior, senior high school faculty and administration are excited to meet with parents. That's from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And Carnegie and Crafton elementary schools are excited to meet with parents again, 5 to 7 o'clock, but that's on Thursday. So Wednesday, tomorrow night, is here at the high school. Thursday is 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock at the elementary schools. These events provide the opportunity for parents to meet with teachers prior to the start of school year, to cultivate those connections, to inspire achievement for all of our students across the district and forge those positive relationships. Finally, the district is also hosting the Carleton Cougars Back to School celebration at Honus Wagner Stadium this Friday, August 18th. That'll be from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. All K through 12 parents and students are invited, staff, faculty. This event will feature our marching band's new uniforms. They'll perform either their halftime show or their pregame show, our cheerleaders, and also our fall athletic teams. Students will also participate in a few fun and entertaining competitions, including a pie eating contest that will end up the evening. We'll have booths that are set up outside in the parking area that will help sponsor some of the district initiatives as well as some of our community partners. So we'll have booths set up for the chill room, Power School, English language learners, registration, transportation, Free Store 15106, employment opportunities across the district. We'll also have AHN, Salvation Army, Boys and Girls Club, Literacy Pittsburgh, Carleton Education Foundation, Andrew Carnegie Free Library and Music Hall, our local Rotaries, Parkway West CTC, and also our PTAs will join us as well. I think that's a pretty comprehensive list of groups that are coming. It's the first year where we're combining. In the past, we've had the athletic event, the celebration of our athletic teams. We're combining it, making it into more of a district community type of event to foster those connections. So it's definitely an exciting week to be a Cougar. Next week then, following on Tuesday the 22nd, is when we welcome all students back to school to kick off the 23-24 school year. And that's what we're looking forward to and very excited for beginning the school year. And that's my report. Any questions about anything in the preface part?
Quick question, did I hear that there's gonna be food at the event Friday night?
You're absolutely right. There will be food. There'll be hot dogs, all beef hot dogs. There'll be hamburgers. There'll be chips. There'll be water. I think we have the big cookies as well coming, which are good. And this year we're providing those complimentary, so we will ask for the honor system. Only one dog or one burger for you, sir. Yeah, our Airmark will be providing that food, and they'll have it down and ready to go for everybody to enjoy and to celebrate.
So there's games, and there's free food, and there's music, and there's athletic stuff, and so kids should be psyched, right?
A little bit of everything, yes, and the construction that's taking place down in Carnegie should not interfere with the evening event. They're gonna do some road cutting next week, but their work is being done, this week, I'm sorry, is being done between 9 and 2:30, and then they'll have a little bit more aggressive of a schedule as the timeframe moves forward with that project. So, cool.
What time is it Friday night?
5 o'clock to 7:30.
5 to
I think the
7:30.
band is probably gonna kick off around 5:30 or so.
Okay.
Competition should be done by 7 o'clock. They'll start around 6 and run till 7. There'll be a special guest that will be participating in the pie eating contest. That special guest will be revealed that evening.
Cool.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Lots of fun.
Any other questions? Before we go to committee reports, quickly, I just want to congratulate again Don. Fantastic job. Congrats. Thank you so much for nominating him and supporting him in the effort, and we all are the beneficiaries of your work. So
Thank you. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
John, you didn't announce the dunking booth. Not this year.
No, you told me that you declined that. So we didn't change your mind.
Next year.
Well done. All right, committee reports. Parkway West, Director Apple, anything you want to share?
Parkway has not had a meeting this summer, but I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Credit for this certificate. I know it came from PSBA, and it says 12 years on it, which is really kind of I was a young guy when I started. I didn't care when I started. Well, maybe not, maybe not. But, no, I just, you know, it's, I think about those 12 years and the things that have gone on, and it's been a real pleasure to serve with all of you folks on the board, knowing that even though we might have different ideas about things and disagree on some things, we mostly agree, and that's because we have, I think, the interest of the children at the head of everything, which, whenever you combine that with the fact that we've got teachers like Mr. Alexander, Mrs. Badger, administrators like Ed and John and Keith, you know, it's just, for me, it's been a real honor to be able to work hand in hand with you all folks, so thank you. Joe.
Pathfinder, Dr. Hunchar, any updates?
Jim, we haven't had a meeting since June. We're gonna have a meeting tomorrow. So next month we'll have a report.
Sounds good. Thank you. Shazda, Director Zalewski.
There's hasn't been anything.
Okay, thank you. Legislative PSBA, I am turning this direction for Director Bogliano. And
Sure, so on August 3rd, Senate passed the General Appropriations Bill. Governor Shapiro signed that $45.5 billion budget into law. $567 million of that goes to basic education, which is the second largest budget amount for basic education since 2015. With the General Appropriations Bill, that means these funds are released to school districts, counties, and nonprofits. However, they still have to pass those accompanying code bills to make that a complete budget. The Basic Education Funding Commission, which is a legislative body tasked with examining the state's basic education funding formula, announced a slate of meeting dates for this year. They're going to hold public hearings and conversations to solicit feedback from education stakeholders about how to remedy the public school system. And this comes shortly after they ruled that the education system is unconstitutional in Pennsylvania. The tour starts September 12th and ends November 9th. They will come to Pittsburgh on October 11th. The location and agenda will be announced closer to the meeting dates. And lastly, the PSBA Delegate Assembly is coming up on Saturday, November 4th at 9 a.m. So I guess they send delegates. I think last year was Keith and Chris, but they'll figure that out. But that's just on the radar coming up, and that is all I have.
quick follow-up question, the October event, is that specific to the funding formula?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's the commission of the legislators and people from the governor's administration that are all gonna come, and it's a public hearing, public event. Anybody can go and solicit feedback about it.
Cool, thank you. Foundation, Carlington Foundation.
So the foundation did meet last week, but I did not attend the meeting. I was actually here for the committee meeting. But they talked about, I'm sure they're planning for the annual golf outing fundraiser, which this year will be Saturday, September 30th at Shadow Lakes Golf Course, as it usually is. If anybody's interested in more information, you can find that on www.carlington.org. There are sponsorship opportunities available. I know each year we really want teams. We need teams. And I know the board has sent, teams in the past. So if anyone's interested in participating in that, you'd be more than welcome. And please spread the word, because we want players. It makes it more fun when you have more players. So there's that. I know they're talking about purse bingo again, but I don't know any specifics on that. That's usually, I think, October. So a couple of fundraisers coming up.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments about the committee reports? If not, we'll move on to the main section of the agenda. So under section 4 miscellaneous, we have several items for your approval. Under section 4, I'll entertain a motion to approve number 1, the bus routes for the 23-24 school year. Number 2, an alteration to the school calendar by including 4 2-hour delays to provide faculty time to review and examine student performance data on the following dates: September 29th, October 27th, January 19th, and February 16th, all Fridays. Number 3, the agreement between HASO and Carlington School District for the Student Assistance Program. And number 4, the memorandum of understanding between the district and Roslyn Farms for the use of the tennis courts. Do I have a motion for those items under section 4?
I said,
Moved and seconded. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments?
I do have a question. On the 2-hour delay days, when they're gonna be reviewing and examining student performance data, will there be any subsequent report to the board on findings from those reviews, or, you know, what's the plan?
We absolutely can. Teachers will do brief reflections on their findings as they review data. Administrators, teams of counselors and so on will most likely use that data in some of their student assistance types of meetings and so on. But yes, we can definitely give you updates on, one, the types of data, some high level information on data that's gleaned in the process as far as how it's impacting instruction and learning.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. And just a quick note, we should probably push those dates out to parents as soon as possible so they can plan for childcare or delayed starts of the day, just so they're aware of that. Under section 5, I'll entertain a motion to approve the following items. Number 1, the bills from July 20th through August 14th, 2023, in the amount of $566,325.11. Number 2, the following reports as reflected in the August 2023 financial reports packet. The July 2023 Treasurer's Report, Investment Report, Board Summary Report, Athletic Fund Report, and the Junior Senior High School Activities Fund Report. Number 3, accept a grant with the Grable Foundation in the amount of $19,275 to be used for the district's participation in the Western PA Learning 2025 Alliance. Do I have a motion for those items under section 5?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you. Any questions or comments? If not, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Under section 6, personnel, I have a couple of items as well. I'll entertain a motion to approve the following items. Number 1, the personnel agenda as submitted. Number 2, the list of bus drivers for the 23-24 school year as submitted. Number 3, to approve and appoint John McAdoo to the position of interim assistant principal at the Carlington Junior Senior High School effective August 16th, 2023. Number 6, to approve David Emanuelson as chorus accompaniment for the winter 2023 and spring 2024 chorus concerts at a rate of $750 per concert. Do I have a motion for those items 1 through 4 under section 6?
So moved.
Moved.
Second.
And a second. Any questions or comments?
One comment in the personnel agenda area, Emily Brosnick is listed as both the assistant volleyball coach and the head volleyball coach. That's recommended we strike the assistant. She'll be serving as the head varsity volleyball coach, and we were able to find an assistant, so the assistant is also on the board agenda as well.
And she's listed on the,
Yes.
okay, yeah. All right. So we have that noted as part of the motion. Any other questions or comments? If not, let's vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Any director have any open forum questions they would like to, no, I'm sorry. Any director have any old business they would like to bring up first? Any director have any new business they would like to bring up? Now open forum. Any audience members have any open forum questions? Ma'am.
Hi, I'm a grandmother of a future student here in the district. He's 4 years old and he's preschool right now, but in April he'll turn 5, and following that he'll be going to Carnegie. I've had a concern for a long time about how well funded our schools are so that they can provide good programming for our kids. And I heard in the news that the governor passed a huge bill, or the legislature passed a huge bill, to provide more education funding than they have in the past. My question tonight is, has Carlington gotten any of that money? Number 1. Number 2, do we consider Carlington a fully funded school district? And if not, how much would it take to get us there. And I'd appreciate any information you can share with me.
Yeah, so first, as far as from the new budget, the numbers that were released between the basic education funding and the special education funding, those two numbers combined as far as the increase in district funding is around $350,000. I think it's 351 and some change there. So 351,000 more dollars are coming into the district as a result of the new proposed budget. In regard to the fully funded aspect of things, Mr. Bealey, is that something I'm not sure how to answer that one.
Yeah, it's hard to say with the being fully funded because there's so many different formulas that are being used to draw up the basic education fund in the special ed fund. So it's really hard for us to know, are we fully funded? Because there are some districts that are getting extra money. What they did last year is 100 districts were chosen to give, they were given a little additional amount. This year, that's part of the bill that has not been approved yet, so we don't know how many districts are gonna get that extra funding to get us up to that, what we consider fully funded. Basically, what the government does is every single year, we are always going to receive the same amount of money that we received the previous year. So with the increases that we received this year from that monumental increase, we will have that money now moving forward.
Oh, that's good.
So that is a very big plus for the district. So we never will receive less than what we had the previous year. So I would say yes, and we are fully funded, but there's always opportunities based on the different criterias that they go through. And you really honestly have to be a rocket scientist to understand all the different variables that goes into the formula itself. And I know that the state, not only are they going around and talking to different groups to discuss how can they make it better, how can they make the funding better, but they're also going to, there's going to be a lot of training for us as district administrators that we're going to really see exactly what is going into those numbers and see what we can do that would help us as districts, when they're looking at different criteria. So that's really the best I can say that, are we fair? Are we full funded? Yes, we get the same amount as we did the previous year. Yes, we did get increased this year because of the budget, and that amount does carry on.
However, in terms of a layperson and wondering how schools are funded, I would not describe us as fully funded. I mean, there's the money that the state gives us, and that's
right.
all well and good in terms of the money that the state gives us, and it's great that it can't go down. But when you talk about things that we have to do because there are federal mandates that we must do certain things that we want to do, but the things that fall under those federal mandates, like the ESL and like the special education,
The charter schools.
we are absolutely not
Right.
funded by the federal government to the extent that those programs cost us. Not by, a long shot isn't even, accurate. So from that perspective, the state's never going to give us the amount of money that we have to spend as a district to fulfill all of those federal mandates. So when you look at the sources of the funding and the things that have gone up and down over the years, the federal funding has decreased dramatically. And I don't know that that's ever gonna go up to actually, that's why people talk all the time about unfunded mandates. There's a lot of unfunded mandates that we have, that things that we want to do and need to do and are federally required to do, but we are not reimbursed to do. So it's great the state gives us money and, it is what it is, but that's why small districts like ours that are landlocked and, the bulk of our money has to come from our residents. And these federal programs are very expensive for us to fulfill. So I would not characterize us as a layperson. I don't do math and statistics and all of this kind of stuff, but as a layperson, I would say we are not fully funded. But that's my 2 cents.
No, and you're absolutely correct on that, and that's where talking on the state budget part of it, as far as getting the money that we get. But you're absolutely right. I know we've discussed about the charter schools,
Right.
big issue that has been an issue that has been hitting the last few years, and I know there's a bill out there right now for some charter school reform that still has not gone through. You know, we're not fairly being charged how much we pay to the charter schools. So yeah, right there, that's another one of those issues, that we do not receive money for something that is really out of our control. We cannot control, you know, the kids that go to charter schools, but we are required by law to pay for those kids to go to. So.
Could I just ask a follow-up question regarding that? The charter schools have to get some kind of a charter from the school district, right, in order to stand up and start taking students? Do you have criteria that you can use to help you maybe put a lid on that so that it doesn't continue to increase?
Now, there's really not much that we can do as a district to prevent charter schools from doing what they do, as far as, you know, as much as they charge, because it's based on, the fee for the students is based on our budgets that we have. And our budgets are our budget, and unfortunately, what they have done, there's been creative ways of setting up a budget that will benefit the district and not help the charter schools, but they, of course, over the last couple of years have found that districts have done that. So then the state went and changed the way that they did it and said, okay, well, we're gonna do it off of your annual financial return, so those are actual numbers. So there's so many ways that the charter school has worked their way into getting money from different, from schools. And our issue is a big issue. I mean, the biggest issue is trying to get the kids back. I've been to other districts where it's by far, you know, triple the amount of money that's going out to charter schools. So it's a problem that's not just a Carlington problem. It's every school district in Pennsylvania problem.
Well, thank you.
And I think that, to clarify your question though, if I think a charter school were set up within the boundaries of our district, we would have to, it would be subject to our approval.
Oh,
But a cyber charter that's located in, say, Lebanon, PA or something like that, we have no say in the matter.
oh, okay. I get it.
However, one of our Carleton students could enroll there.
Thank you for that clarification. I didn't realize that.
One other quick addition to your question. There was recently a lawsuit regarding funding of K-12 education, and it was deemed, a judge ruled that it was, the current funding mechanism is unconstitutional.
I read that.
The crux of that is that the funding of the districts is tied to the local economic activity in that area. So if you're in Moon and you have a lot of businesses that generate a lot of revenue and a lot of tax receipts, then that district benefits from that activity. If you're mostly a residential neighborhood, if you're a poor residential neighborhood, then you have corresponding tax receipts. If you have a very wealthy residential neighborhood, you have, again, corresponding tax receipts. So it was judged that that current funding mechanism is unconstitutional, needs to change. The reality is it's going to be difficult to do that. I think if you're looking for your grandchild's well-being, this district has found itself in its current status with its residents and its commercial activity, and we have crafted a budget that fits that level of activity. We've been able to sustain ourselves and do quite well. And if you walk in the building, you see a very clean and presentable and hopefully hospitable environment. You're not going to see a lot of fancy, elaborate facilities and extra spending on things. So we've been able to do well. Our students thrive and succeed, but we do it within the limited budget that we have. So I'm not sure if that
Thank you.
adds a
That's
little more
been
color.
very helpful. Yeah, thank you.
Segueing off of that question, Keith, I read in the paper that I think we got a 6 or 8% increase from the state, but North Allegheny got 15 or 18%. They're so rich in commercial property. How did they get so much?
It all goes on the formula. There's so many different.
Fair.
But they're a giant district.
Which is why they're changing the
Like
formula.
And that's why they're looking.
I know, but when
Right.
you think of the difference in the number of kids that they have, like, I think they have graduating classes that are like our high school. You know, like, they're enormous.
But it's
That- that
compared to
part-
last year, they should have about the same number of kids.
But that's exactly what it is. It's because of this formula that has probably 10 or 15 variables to it, and it has everything to do with the market district, or the market, ratio of the district, the wealth, the poverty, the students, and it just all goes in, and that's why there is a lot of concerns, not only by the districts, but by the public, saying that it's not fair the way they're doing it because of that situation where some of the bigger schools are getting more money than the schools that need it. You know, so that's what's
Could it
happening.
be fiduciarily, we're so good with our money that we're not getting as much?
No, that's nothing to
it is
do with it at all.
Okay.
Nothing.
We are,
But we are
we're responsible.
We are responsible, correct, but that has nothing to do with the formula. The formula doesn't look at any of those,
Okay.
you know, data. It's just strictly on what the district size is, and then the kids, the poverty level, and it's something that we can go through one day. We can choose to look at it.
Thanks.
We look forward to seeing your grandchild and
Oh,
reading
yeah.
them and
Yes.
having them succeed.
She will be well educated.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, thank you all very much for your time.
Any other open forum questions tonight?
I'd just like to make a comment. Sure. I think that the work that's done, or has been done to the facade at Crafton Elementary is really wonderful. And the windows and the work on the masonry, painting and the entranceway there, really,
Yeah, it's nice.
Fantastic, I agree.
it's gonna be a very inviting place for students to come back to school.
And I know we thought the green windows weren't very exciting, but I think the green windows are the correct choice in
I
color.
agree, I agree, I agree. Thank you for the pictures you sent, they look great, very, very helpful. Any other open forum items from the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? We are adjourned.